Hello, my name is Diane Elliott. I'm an Ikebana teacher with the Sogetsu School and the current director of the Sogetsu Seattle branch. Today, I am going to be showing you a holiday arrangement that could be used as a centerpiece on a low table where you don't have to look over it too much, or just as a holiday piece. The first material I'm going to be using is pine cones. The large ones are Jeffrey pine, and the smaller ones are unidentified. They just came from the grocery store on a wreath. And I sprayed them, painted them gold, and I'm going to put them into this vase just as a support. These cones are all wired together, and the first material I'm going to put in is Lorope muscari or lily grass. And I'm going to create a little more height with that, and also I'm going to create some space underneath. So I've created some space underneath this lily grass. The next material I'm going to be adding is some miniature sweet peppers. And I'm going to be putting some of those in between some of the spaces between some of the scales on the pine cones. Now I'm just going to put in a few of the materials to show you how they go in, and do the rest of the finishing the arrangement off camera. The next material I'm going to be adding is billy balls or Crispidia globosa. Billy balls, billy buttons. And see where I can find a few spaces just to put in a couple of those to show you how they go in. Now the scales on the Jeffrey pine, on the pine cones, have hooks on them in so that they can actually help to hold some of the materials. See if I can find a space big enough to put in one of these. As I said, I'm just going to show you examples of how they go in, and then I will show you the completed arrangement. The next material I'm going to be adding is some English holly leaves, Ilex aquifolium, and they have their own spiky points, so they tend to stay in between the scales on their own. So I'll just put in a few of those to show you how that works. Because to complete this arrangement actually takes quite a while to put in everything in on both sides so that you can look at it from all angles. Put in a couple more of the billy buttons. And then to fill in some more, I have cut off some of the sprigs of rose hips from this rose, which is called Magical Pearls. It's a polyantha rose, I believe. They don't really exactly admit what it is in wholesale. And then you have to find a place where they will stay. So what I do is fill in with some of these, the rose hips, and I will do this all around the perimeter of this arrangement. I said, all of these materials can stay out of water for a few days, so you could have this type of arrangement as one of your holiday decorations. And it's kind of a lot of fun to do. So I have to put things on both sides, but I'm just trying to show you examples of how the materials go in, and then I will fill in everything else off camera. This fun holiday arrangement is now complete, and you too could use pine cones or other kinds of materials to make your own fun holiday arrangements. For this arrangement, I used two kinds of pine cones, the Jeffrey pine, the larger ones, and unidentified smaller pines. And I also used lily grass or lorope. I used English holly leaves. I used Crispedia flower heads or billy balls or billy buttons. I also used rose hips from the Rose Magical Pearls and mini sweet peppers. I thank you for watching this demonstration and hope you enjoy the rest of the online exhibition.